All right, I feel like I've brought this up before, but here's like an example of a three-phase full bridge module. So that's the part number. So this is something like a 50 amp, maybe 1200 volt IGBT package. This will be the emitter. This will be the collector. So basically, well, you'd say this will be the negative of the bus. This will be the positive. Then you got your 3 center points of each half bridge. So kind of trace the wires down so you can see over here for the emitter, jumping down, boom, 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 and positive end, basically all the bottom emitters, and then all the top collectors you can see coming down through here, boom, 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 and the center point of each half bridge, boom, boom, boom. Then you got all your gate wires coming down, right? So I mean, it's just an example of one thing that would be kind of cool is if you rewire, I guess, just these 2 switches right here, and you could kind of have like a total package for like a small QCW. So you'd have your H bridge over here, and then I guess if you wanted to, you could do some type of synchronous buck, or just rewire it so this other one right here, the reverse diode, is in the circuit. But yeah, that's kind of cool. Otherwise, what I'm doing with another one is I basically cut out these 2 switches because I think either one or both of them failed. I can't remember. But I've just isolated the H bridge portion, it just kind of makes it easy where it's like, all right, boom. There goes my primary, positive, negative, gate wires, it's just, you don't have to lay out the inverter portion. All right, so I got this circuit set up here. I got a film cap under this box, but same type of module, except it's just got the 4 switches wired up. This is the driver. So a couple IXDD 630 gate drivers. So they're actually like they can put out enough juice where I could run this continuous wave, pretty high frequency. I think I've seen this thing pull up to like 25 watts gate drive. But they'll be able to do it, that's not bad. The only thing is with these chips, as can be seen here, they've got enables on them, these particular ones. With the 30 amps, you can see they won't take a logic level signal, if you're feeding it. Like I'm feeding mine like 18 volts. So that 5 volts is not going to be enough. So just as a shortcut, I'm just enabling it at the Inhibit pin on the 4046 chip, right? And again, that's one of these chips, the Smith Trigger 4046. So just a 5 volt rail there, and then I'm jumping over to this buck driver, and I think I got those on about like 18 volts, maybe something like that. So yeah, once again, pretty simple. All I had to do was land wires on this bridge. Same thing with the gates. If it blows up, whatever, I can just replace it pretty easily. So that's wired up to the buck driver. So turn all that stuff on. That's kind of become like a little test rig. So I'm just going to kind of feed that some ramps. And I guess they're pretty fast right now. So about 100 volts. And let me cut the dang lights down. Alright, so well, that's about, that's 100 volts in, rather. Let's see. Jeez. Slow it down a little bit and not kill my battery over here. I'm going to leave it at 100 volts in, just kind of play around with the on time. Guess I get the straightest swords, you know, like somewhere around that on time. And I feel like I modified this circuit a little bit to get that thing feeding back a little better, but I haven't brought it up that high. So that's just a little bit over 100, right? That's when I can start to hear it sort of randomly doing the popping. Kind of like it's getting out of tune. So I mean, you know, again, like that's nothing crazy, but that's just, you know, again, I just grabbed a full bridge and I just tossed that together with that driver, and that's just what it looks like. Those are probably about 100-volt ramps on the bus, you know, and I've got a little bit over 100 volts input. So that's kind of, once again, the way that, you know, I have this problem with the PLL circuits a lot of times, where you know, I can get them tuned to have pretty good output at the lower voltages, but once I start getting up at the higher voltages, then it starts to get a little wonky how the feedback is set up. It could start kind of losing lock, I guess. But yeah, again, you know, I kind of did the single-ended setup, the one switch before. I'm doing the same thing with this one, and you know, I'm just able to cut it up a little bit more with this particular circuit before it starts wonking out. But you know, yet again, that could probably be turned into a you know, fairly small deal to where it gets way bigger arcs. You know, obviously I would just need to make a much smaller buck for it, right? So then, like, let's say I slow it down, just turn up the on time pretty high. I guess that's sort of similar to what it might look like, you know, at approximately 100 VDC interrupted with the high on time, I guess you could say. Can't speed it up too quickly. But yeah, I don't think that bridge has a hard time doing that, right?